I'm giving thanks, Sister Kojo, Sister Kabo. Yeah, it's okay now. I'm giving thanks. I'm happy to be here. Had challenges coming in. A mechanic helped me when I broke down on the bypass at Duncan's, and then we had to leave the car there. And yeah, and Garrett, Chef Garrett actually took me from there, and I give thanks to them. But then I had to stay out here all night. Security didn't know that I was coming in, and the place I was to stay, I came too late, so they were already gone to bed. But we are soldiers, so we do the work. Yes, that's true. Yes, actually, there was JBC Radio Northeast, and I heard that Mr. Young was going to get the franchise. So I asked him for a radio program, and I told him that I'll be playing pure reggae. And then I heard him start up reggae radio stations. So I told him, oh, so you take the word 24 for yourself. But that's okay. That's okay. We give thanks. I refer, we've been here for a long time. Yeah, good to see Shane Clark this morning as well. I haven't seen him for a long time. Definitely. Westmoreland Eastern constituency, right? Yeah, White House is a part of the Westmoreland Eastern. White House, Darliston, Leamington, and Betheltown. Since 2012, as a candidate in the local government in White House division. And all of that came about because since 2001, I've been living in Belmont, Westmoreland. And the representation there is very poor, I must say. Because in 2002, we sent a petition for water. That time, Dr. Carl Blight was water minister. And NWC sent two persons, one person twice to do a survey. Since that, we have sent two more. Yeah. Use this one? Is this better now? All right, cool. Yes, I do. Yeah. The election experience has been good so far. People have been gravitating towards what I've been doing from 2012 coming up. But I had a serious incident where I was attacked physically in February last year, local government. I reported it to the police as well as to the candidates and the EOJ. Physically, yes. I went into a community and some men were having a cookout. It seems as if they were not from the area. And one of them told me I was supposed to leave the area. And then he hit me with a stick, because I was traveling alone. But I realized he's not from the area. Well, I've reported it to the police. I've not seen him since that. I don't know what's happened with him. Well, they said they would provide some form of security going forward, but I haven't seen that. But maybe they were in the background, are in the background up to now. I don't know. But we're not perturbed about that. Marcus Garvey told us leadership means everything: pain, blood, sweat, death, everything. So we're not worried about that. We're leading. Yes, I'm heading to church when I leave here at St. Mary's and which is Milford Road. Yes. Yes. But actually, this document, I wrote it on I sent the first draft rather, on July 26, 2021 to Parliament with a speech asking them to allow me to put it forward to Parliament for them to sign it into operation to make Jamaica become a republic. Then 6 months after that, the Prime Minister formed the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs to do the exact same thing. So I know it's copying. And then he, after 3 years and spending $3 billion, said that the process failed and blaming opposition. So I told them in videos that you're all to be blamed. And now that the election is on, I've decided to use this as my platform. Because you see, the PNP has put out a manifesto that I went through diligently and found 22 items that came out of this document. But they have been copying it. Yes. One of them is talking about language, about making our indigenous language. And there are others. I didn't check all of them. Well, let me see if I can find. Yes, Article 8 says that of my document says that the indigenous Jamaican language is the accepted mode of expression in the country, except in international communication. Yeah. Yes, I can understand that. Yes. Yes, I understand. Yeah, but yes, but I'm saying it was after this was published that that has been said. I revised this document 18 times. I've got information from very many people. Yeah. Okay. There's thousands of people already have this document. No, no, no. It is a proposed constitution for Republic Jamaica that has 86 articles. It was based on the Ethiopian constitution written by Emperor Selassie 1955 and other documents. Yeah. Okay. For the election, I'm telling the people of Westmoreland Eastern, you vote for me, and from this constitution, we're using solar energy to energize the whole constitution, whole constituency. Solar lights for streets, for on our public buildings, schools, and such like. There are land in the community owned by the UDC that is farmland not being used. I plan to open it up so that we can have agricultural production, and then there are some companies, some lands that are called squatter communities. One of them in particular has been surveyed and from 2004, and we're trying to get titles, and that's being stopped. So all of these things, this document says that we must abolish squatting, we must use renewable energy. So these are points that I'm using, I've been telling the people as I campaign directly. And then the sovereignty of the country, that's a bigger part now, to abolish the British monarch. We have to sign that in document. I call this, in Parliament, I call this a bloodless revolution. We just need 63 signatures. Remember now, the English came here, took the land from the Spanish by a bloody war, and the Spanish took it from the indigenous people by a bloody war. And now we are saying we don't need no more bloodshed. We just sign it and tell them so long, farewell, goodbye. This document gives the indigenous people their rights and gives them seats in Parliament. I've spoken with the CRC at length. They had 7 town hall meetings. I was at 6 of them. They Constitutional Reform Committee. They invited me July 14 at Jamaica House to discuss this document in depth. And I told them point blank, this is not about me, Haile Mika'el Cujo. This is about our eternal Father blessing our country with this document. You understand? And since March this year, he told me to take my shoes off. And many places I go, people say, oh, you drop it like Muta. I said, I know man who walked barefoot before Muta. Yeah, you never notice. Yeah, man, you never notice. Yeah. And I saw Oko Honora, and I told him, Oko said, long time. I walk barefoot long before Muta. And said porch long before Muta. You understand? And I'm a port as well in that line. So I'm behind these men, and I'm giving thanks for their work. Yeah. Yes, definitely. And it's not the first time. You know, as I was a Rastafari and I was barefooted, I went to King's House to see Governor General Howard Cook, and Jamaica House to see PJ Patterson by appointment, barefooted and dreadlocked. So it's not nothing new, those places and what I'm doing. It's for the benefit of the people. I'm saying Westmoreland Eastern, vote for me, send me to Parliament. You know me as a PE teacher. Some of you are down there now with votes, have children. I taught you at school. So come out and vote. And let us do this thing, you know. The feedback is good. They say this is a proper document, you know. But many people don't read. So that's the thing. So they can download this from Facebook and get to read it. Also, I've made We the People Republic JA. And also, if you go YouTube, We the People Republic JA, we have about 90 odd videos, and each of them, I'm sure, has information how to get this document, the contact things. Because we have TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X. We have all those platforms we are on. How many? Well, actually, there are 4 political parties and 2 independent candidates running. None of them named Mark Golding or Andrew Holness. So this thing about voting for Andrew Holness and voting for Mark Golding doesn't make sense. You need to vote for a candidate in your area who can deliver for your area in Parliament. And that's me, Westmoreland Eastern. What's it? Yes, as it is now, to your constituency. All right? As it is now, 1962 Constitution, we vote for members of Parliament. And then when they get to Parliament, they vote for who they want to be their Prime Minister. But they always vote party line. So the scenario is Haile Mika'el Cujo is sent to Parliament from Westmoreland Eastern, and then the other 62 seats are split equally between the PNP and the JP. What happens then? But this document says that we must vote directly for Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister as head of state. But this needs to be signed first before that can come into play. So Westmoreland Eastern, vote for me, send me to Parliament so we can do all of these things. Solarize our community, get the land open up so we can have agriculture and you can have place for housing and business. Young people ask me about that. And one young man says he's not interested because the system is corrupt. I told him that's why this document is valuable. And he sent me to Parliament. I make sure it is signed because, Sister Kabo, look at this. When I go there and I sign this document and I say to them, who else is going to sign? And they are refusing. I say, so what? You want your constituents to keep under the British monarch? You want your constituents to be still called squatters? You want your constituents to be using electricity for your schools? One little primary school in Westmoreland tell me they pay over 500,000 a month for electricity. Well, the ministry pays it, but it's our money still. When solar is cheap and pays for itself within 3 to 4 years. Ask Philip Fowler. He did it. Yes. Major challenges, land issue, water, roads, electricity, those 4 things, main. And because of that, jobs, most people work in the hostel industry or they do fishing, farming. There are some small cottage industries in the place as well. Where I live personally, it's a dirt road owned by the parish council. There are no electric poles there and no water pipes there. You know, so it affects me personally. I'm not a squatter. No, I'm not a squatter. I own land there. Since I came to Westmoreland, I bought land. Alright, and everybody in my area, immediate area, own land. Right. Yes. Yes. In writing this document, I went to a compound twice to speak with Chief Curry, to Moortown twice to speak with Chief Sterling, and just week before last, I was in a compound again to see Chief Curry to ask him about this water system I heard he imported into the country and having problems to clear off the wharf. Because a system like that is could be very helpful in Westmoreland, where I live. There's a spring, Beeston Spring, that never run dry. And it could serve about 5 communities if we have such a system. So I left a message for him to get back to me and tell me where he got it. The Moortown Maroons? Yes. No, going to them first was about the Constitution, right? Because the 1738 and 1739 treaties give them land. But this 1962 Constitution acknowledged the land that they got in Section 4. But by the time you get down to Section 67, it says the whole country is to be divided into 45 constituencies initially. But they didn't give any of the constituencies to the Maroons. So they took away the land. So when Prime Minister Holness is saying that there is only one country and Maroons don't have any rights, that is true under 1962, but that is a violation of the 1738. This document gives them that right. Okay? And this document, I got information and assistance from attorneys at law